Radha madam?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, shall we start, madam?
Yeah, surely, sir.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, madam. A very good evening, one and all present here. Most respected All India General Secretary Dr. Pranamdar, respected Vice President of Indian Academic Research Association, Professor Batidin Ahmed, respected State President of Gujarat Wing, Dr. Sanjay Sindhi, respected today resource person and other IARA members, Indian Accounting Association members, faculty members from various institutions, research scholars, students and other participants. A warm good evening, one and all, from Indian Academic Researcher Association. We know very well, today is the second day of the 3 days online workshop on innovation ecosystem. Yesterday, Dr. Arul Murugan has given a very valuable information relating to resource mobilization for research. Today also we have a very eminent, a resourceful person as a resource person for this session, extension, consultancy and collaboration activities, which is purely based on the NAC Criterion 3. Before introducing the tutor resource person, I humbly request our Vice President Dr. Batidin Ahmed sir to give a presidential address in this occasion. Welcome, sir.
Very good afternoon, sir. It's my pleasure and honor to be part of this event. And a very good evening to all the members and President of Patel sir for having invited me for this event. And I welcome the resource person of today's event for delivering his valuable insights into the topic of today's. And we hope that all the participants will get benefited with the expert lecture of the resource person. And I extend wholehearted welcome to all the participants on the second day of this event. Thank you so much, sir. Kindly, I request the Patel sir to invite the resource person.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for your pinpoint words about our program. So now I wish to invite Dr. RADHA VYAS. Before that, as an organizing committee member of this 3 days online workshop on innovation ecosystem, it is my duty to introduce the today's resource person, Dr. RADHA VYAS. Yeah, yes, sir.
The resource person as president of
Yes, sir.
IARA.
Sir? Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Now I invite today resource person, Dr. RADHA VYAS. Before that, as an organizing committee member, I would like to introduce today resource person, Dr. RADHA VYAS. Is an assistant professor of at DR Patel and RP Patel Commerce and PC Patel PBA College, Surat, Gujarat. Dr. RADHA VYAS is an academic field since 2005. She has attended many workshops and faculty development programs in research methodology, SPSS and data analysis. She has written many research papers in reputed journals as well as chapters in edited books, and she has presented varied research papers at national and international conference in entrepreneurship, finance, and marketing disciplines. She has been awarded with the Creed Research Fellowship from EDII, Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India, Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Dr. Radha Vyas is awarded with the Best Research Paper for her 3 papers. Her minor research project was approved by UGC and we normed South Gujarat University. She was invited as a resource person in various international and national workshop conference, seminars and webinars. She is the board member in Journal of Commerce and Accounting Research published by Publishing India. She has been awarded as Best Researcher and Novel Research Academy, Pondicherry, India. So with this brief introduction about the today resource person, so I wholeheartedly welcome and invite today resource person, Dr. Radha Vyas, to share her experience related to extension, consultancy and collaboration activities. Welcome, madam.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Paramasivan, sir. Thank you very much. So I'm very much thankful to IARA and IAA for giving me this opportunity for discussing on this topic. And I'm also very much thankful to Dr. Pranam Dhar, sir, for giving me this opportunity. So let me start my presentation today on the topic. Just a second. So 1 second, I'm just sharing my screen.
Yeah, no problem, madam.
Am I audible, sir?
No issue, madam. No issue, madam.
Sir. Okay, so yesterday's session we discussed about mobilization of resources. So in that connection, in tune with that, today I will like to talk about consultancy services, extension activities, as well as our collaboration, which is nowadays we can say need of the hour. I think now my screen
Your voice is okay, madam, but your PPT is not present.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now it is present, madam. Now it is okay.
Okay, so in today's era of this competitive research, these 3 areas which today I would like to touch upon will be very, very much of importance to all the researchers. Whether you are young researchers or you might be in the middle kind of age of your researching activities. So with that, India has one of the largest and diverse education system in the world. Like privatization.
Madam, excuse me. Your
Yes, sir.
presentation is not visible, madam.
Sir, presentation is not visible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, madam.
Okay, just a second.
No, sir. Our presentation is visible, sir.
Visible? Huh?
It is
visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. But
Yeah, I said visible, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so can I continue, sir?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, so as sir said, it is based on NAC today, which we are going to discuss. So that's why it is very important to know the basic kind of overview about the NAC. So very briefly to touch upon with this, that why today we need to talk about this NAC accreditation this much. Earlier might be 1 decade before, many of the colleges here or institutions, they were not in that much of a need for doing this accreditation. So the reason is like privatization, widespread expansion, increased autonomy, and introduction of various programs coming up in different areas in higher education. So at the same time, there was a problem about quality and relevance of these courses as well as these institutes. So with this, NAC was established in 1994 as an autonomous institution of the University Grants Commission (UGC) with its headquarters in Bangalore. So NAC basically conducts assessment and accreditation of higher educational institutions. Later on we will say HEI, such as colleges, universities or other some recognized institutions, basically to understand quality status of these institutions. And NAC evaluates these institutions for its conformance to the standards of quality in terms of its like performance related to educational processes, outcomes, curriculum coverage, teaching learning process, faculties of the particular institutes, research activities, infrastructure, etc. It becomes very much important to understand the basic mechanism of this. So for this, NEC developed, revised this ANA, now onwards we will say, that is assessment and accreditation framework. Why it was required? Earlier also they had this kind of accreditation system, but by taking the feedback from various stakeholders, they have made some changes recently, and this new framework was launched in July 2017. So in that context, in that light, we need to understand what were these changes and how this consultancy, extension activities and collaboration are connected with this, and how we can make the evaluation of this element. So basically, they made quite explicit paradigm shift, making the system or framework ICT enabled, objective, transparent, scalable and more of the robust. So what changes they made basically? Like from qualitative peer judgment to database quantitative indicator. Earlier there was only peer team visit in particular institute which was applying for NEC accreditation. There was not of the many importance given to this quantitative part. But now both the criteria are included, quantitative metrics as well as qualitative elements. Then towards extensive use of ICT, and that's why even the whole process is online. You need to apply online, you have to upload various documents online only, no paperwork, they won't accept your kind of physical courier. Then in terms of simplification of the process, they have reduced in this new framework kind of number of questions, size of the report, visit days. Earlier it was going so long, but now it becomes quite simple. Even in terms of boosting benchmarking as quality improvement tool, they have given various criteria, various tools also provided. And this has been attempted through comparison of NEC indicators with we can say other international frameworks. So here they inculcated kind of pre-qualifier for peer team visit as 25% of system generated score. Unless and until you clear this pre-qualifier stage, your institute clear this, then without that you can't call for peer team visit. They have introduced this system generated score SGS, as I mentioned, with two elements. Online evaluation, basically that means quantitative part, quantitative criteria, and which consists here 70% of the weightage, and peer judgment, that is qualitative criteria, which has the contribution of 30%. So they try to have the blending mixture of both these parameters. Earlier it was not that, and that's why nowadays it becomes very important to take care about all the criteria. Each institute must try to score as much as possible in these criteria. So in introducing the element of third-party validation of data, once you submit this quantitative data online, you submit some reports, then they have inculcated the system of DVV, data validation and verification. In providing this appropriate difference in metrics, weightages and benchmark to universities, autonomous college and affiliated. Later on I will tell you this. They made three different categories, distinct categories of this HEI. And in revising several metrics to bring enhanced participation of students and alumni in the assessment process. Earlier students were not given that much importance, but then they realized that ultimately the target is students. The outcome of any system is understood with the help of students. So this another system, the new element is added in this accreditation and assessment process. So here NEC came up with as we know that this criteria based assessment, so there is a kind of backbone of the whole process which is known as quality indicator framework. So they have 7 criteria here which represent the core functions and activities of HEI. And in this revised framework, they not only academic and administrative aspects are included, but some emerging issues as I discussed, like students participation, alumni and other stakeholders, their opinions is also included. So from this 7 criteria, the first curricular aspect, teaching, learning and evaluation, research, innovation and extension, that is the topic of my discussion today. Infrastructure and learning resources, student support and progression, governance, leadership and management, institutional values and best practices. So out of the 7 criteria, this whole workshop of 3 days online workshop is mainly based on research, innovation and extension. As the name given is innovation ecosystem, which is very rightly suitable in today's context, today's era, and very much required from various institutes as well as researchers. What is this research, innovations and extension criteria? So here you can see, like basically this criteria seeks information on the policies, practices and outcomes of the institution with reference specially to research, innovations and extension. Three segregated criteria element, we can say that. And it deals with the facilities provided and efforts made by the institution to promote a research culture within the institute. The institution has responsibility to actually enable faculty to undertake research project useful for the society. So serving the community through extension, which is a social responsibility, and we can say becomes a major aspect of this criteria. So in this third criterion, we can see here there are again 7 indicators, and out of the 7 indicators today I will touch upon with indicator number 5, 6 and 7, which is consultancy, extension activities and collaboration. Our whole this workshop is planned in that way only. Like yesterday we discussed about resource mobilization, one of the indicator, and tomorrow you will have another indicator discussion. So here you can see some asterisks, 2 asterisks are given on 3.1 indicator and 3.5. So that means these 2 indicators are not applicable to affiliated colleges. Why it is like that? So as I told, NAC has given 3 distinct categories. We will see that later on. What are these 3 distinct categories? Now before that we need to understand the basic concepts about consultancy, extension activities and collaboration. Here consultancy means the activity organized or managed by the faculty for an external agency for which the expertise and specific knowledge base of the faculty becomes major input. Earlier also consultancy was there, but it was not given that much weightage which in the revised framework it was given. So the finances generated through this consultancy should be fairly utilized by the institution. That is the core thought of this NAC. Consultancy basically shows the credibility of the universities or institutes research acumen in outside world. So when faculties provide consultancy to this some agencies, corporate houses, then basically we are representing our institute. So you are giving some message to the outside world. It is necessary that the university has a formalized policy on consultancy with clear specification of revenue sharing between the teacher and the institution, because ultimately it possible because of the contribution of the faculty. So there should be some sharing between teacher as well as institution. So that was about consultancy. Now what they have included about extension activities. So like learning activities, they have visible impact for developing sensitivities towards community issues, gender disparities, and we can say some social inequality, and inculcating values and commitment to the society. So through this we can develop these values among the students. If we teach them through some practical exposure, through some learning activities, then they understand the value of this particular criteria. So here affiliation and interaction with groups or individuals who have an interest in activities of your institution and the ability to influence actions, decisions, policies, practices or goals of your organization leads to mutual benefit for both the parties. So the processes and we can say the strategies which are included in such activities relevantly sensitize students to the social issues and context. So nowadays we can see like corona awareness programs, one of the example of this. In many institutes, many colleges are doing that awareness about how to protect yourself from corona. So that is we can say one of the extension activities. So with that sustainable practices of the institution, ultimately it leads to superior performance and which result in successful outcome in terms of generating knowledge which is useful for the learner as well as to the community. So here we can say that extension also is the aspect of education which emphasize community services. These, we can say, these are the often integrated with curricula as extended opportunities intended to help, serve, reflect, and learn. And if we see the whole curricula, various programs, so this curriculum extension interface has an educational value, especially in rural India. So there are various courses which have such kind of practical, we can say, input, practical activities as a part of their curricula when they offer the programs courses to the students. And ultimately their objective is to help to the society in a direct way. In some courses, through might be some project, through some assignment, we try to do this. Like NSS activities, NCC activities, Red Cross kind of participation. So various colleges, institutes, definitely they are doing these activities. But what is the problem? We don't know how to put these activities on paper with the proper database, maintenance of the database. And now in this revised framework, they have given due importance, due weightage to this criteria also. So we need to be careful about presentation of these activities also while you are applying for NAC accreditation. The another one, collaboration. So collaboration, again nowadays you might be listening everywhere that like don't write paper individually, rather than go to work in a collaboration which give value addition to your work, to your research. So even UGC is expecting the same kind of multidisciplinary research. Why? Because it is very important to share your knowledge with different areas, different field. At the same time, you can learn different field, different area knowledge. So through collaboration, the HEIs can maintain closer contact with the work field, because you are doing it practically. Might be with some educational institute you are having collaboration, with some industries you can have collaboration, with some governmental organizations you can have collaboration for the further enhancement welfare of your institute and students. So it helps keep the academic activities in the HEI in a more realistic perspective, and also expand the scope of learning experiences to the students. So like if the faculties are having some collaboration with some other institute, definitely the knowledge would be enhanced. So you can share this practical knowledge with your students. So students will get the benefit of that. Collaboration can be sought with either academic institution, as I mentioned, or industry or other agencies of professional and social relevance. It is up to the aim of your institute, like in which direction you want to go. What are your visions, mission statements? So the range of these activities would be, might be training, like in some program there is some internship, some training, student exchange. You can have the students of other institute and you can teach them. Similarly, your students can go there and they can learn their system. Faculty exchange, like with different countries also. Indian research scholar can take the training, we can say, in some African countries, some European countries. So faculty can be exchanged. Research and resource sharing among others. So nowadays, keeping in mind the present requirement, the current scenario, collaboration has very, very important role to play. That I would like to say. Now, how this assessment works, how we can give weightage and we can give some like content about these three elements indicators. So first of all, the eligibility criteria for applying for NAC. So here you can see HEIs, if they have a record of at least 2 batches of students graduated, or they are been in existence for 6 years, whichever is earlier, they can only apply, they are only eligible to apply for the process of this A&A. Then taking cognizance of the diversity, as Indian education system is quite diverse. We have many varieties of these institutions in India. So they have divided these institutions under 3 categories. Universities, which have their own structure, own ecosystem. Autonomous colleges, they also have their own ecosystem, own kind of culture. And affiliated or constituent colleges. So these 3 categories are given, and on their website you can find manuals separately for these 3 categories of HEIs. So this assessment process will be carried out in 3 stages. So in this revised A&A framework, they have included 3 components mainly. First one is self-study report, SSR, which is very, very important. If you present your data in a proper way in this SSR, chances are there you can get good kind of score, good credit. Second one is student satisfaction survey, which was not there earlier, but now they have included this also. And the peer team report, that also matters, as I said, some qualitative parameters. So to just validate, verify this qualitative data which you have already provided, then they send peer team at your institute. And this report also matters in your overall kind of credit, accreditation. So you can see here, like the whole table which I already have shown here shows the distribution of metrics and KIs across criteria. So as I discussed, there are 7 criteria which we have seen. Out of this, third criteria today I will touch upon. And you can see here universities category, autonomous colleges, that is affiliated or constitute with 2 different categories, UG colleges, affiliated UG colleges and affiliated PG institutes. So this key indicators are also different, number of key indicators and total weightage. If we see the total metrics, so we can see here there are 2 basically parameters, qualitative metrics as well as quantitative metrics. And the weightage of both of these qualitative and quantitative are different across different categories. So this is what they made it very crystal clear picture. So first you need to decide your category, whether your institute comes under university category or autonomous or affiliated, and then accordingly you need to follow this process of assessment, accreditation. After this, if you are clear, let's say majority of us suppose are connected to affiliated part, affiliated UG colleges or PG colleges. So in context to that, now here you can see the weightages. These were metrics which I told you right now. Now once you are aware about this qualitative metrics, quantitative metrics, then for this particular indicator, that is our criteria, research, innovation and extension, you can see 7 indicators are there, and for all the 7 indicators they have given this weightages for different categories. So today I will discuss in detail about consultancy indicator, extension activities indicator and collaboration indicators. Like how we can put up our details in these 3 different indicators. And you can see if we make the total of this, suppose 20 weightage plus 40 plus 20, it comes around 80 for universities out of 250. So again, important parameter. I mean to say that my point is that here if you work little bit with planning systematically, chances are there that your institute can have good credit, good accreditation. Same for autonomous colleges, 80. Total weightage is 80 out of 150. So again, more than 50% we can say in that way. Weightages is given to these 3 special, we can say, indicators. Then, if I talk about affiliated UG colleges and affiliated PG colleges, for UG again it is 80, but under UG colleges, affiliated UG colleges, this consultancy they made not applicable. Even affiliated PG colleges or institute, consultancy they made not applicable. They mainly want these universities and as well as autonomous institutes or colleges to look after consultancy part. So they kept weightage for them only. Why? But still we can have the option for extension activities and collaboration to score for good kind of credit accreditation. Do you have any question till now? Because now later on I want to show you some practical part by going to the website, like where you can show how to calculate. So if anybody has any question till now, you can ask me, because I am shifting to the website and some other files of Excel. Any participant would have any query? Okay, am I audible properly? Sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So let me go ahead. It's okay. Later on you can also raise the question. So this is what we have seen right now, some theoretical part, that how we can give proper weightage to our this collaboration, extension and consultancy services. So on the website of NAC, you will find data templates, ready-made data templates, they have also given some SOPs, that is standard operating procedure files, PDF files, where each and everything is mentioned in detail, like what documents you are supposed to upload while you are preparing for SSR, your self-study report, or SSS, like that. And then even you can visit this website which I have mentioned here. So with that, let me sit to the website and Excel files. As you don't have any question right now, so I'm going further. Okay, can you see this file? May I get any response? Quick response?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it visible? Okay. So here I have titled it first of all UG colleges and PG which are affiliated. Similarly, you can find the data for autonomous colleges as well as university also. So as I told, we are discussing the criteria number 3, research, innovations and extension. So here in total, for UG colleges, the total weightage is 110. Out of this total weightage, we will focus on two parts, extension activities and collaboration. Why? Because consultancy is not applicable to affiliated UG colleges. So while you are preparing, you are filling this data about extension activities, you can see here QLM. QLM denotes qualitative kind of this criteria. QNM, it it reflects like quantitative criteria, quantitative kind of detailing. So here we can see like 3.3 extension activities weightage is 60, total weightage is 60 for UG affiliated institutes. So you need to write like describe the impact of extension activities in sensitizing students to social issues and holistic development within a maximum of 500 words. So that means NEC has made some limit. They kept some limit about your words. So within 500 words you have to elaborate what kind of extension activities you are undergoing for your holistic development of your students. And mainly when you are giving this data, the time period is 5 years, last 5 years. So suppose if recently I am applying in 20, after 21 if you are applying, so we can say 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Last 5 years you have to mention this various details. And the weightage here is 10. They will give you weightage out of 10. Then in quantitative, like total number of awards and recognition received for extension activities either from government or some government recognized bodies year wise. So again, till last 5 years, of last 5 years you have to put the number. How many programs you have undergone. How many like awards or recognition you have received under the banner of extension activities. And when you are doing this, they have mentioned, see here it is mentioned data template, which I am going to show you later on, just right now after this. So in that, some already ready-made format is given where just you need to fill up the data, like name of activity, what kind of extension activity you have undergone, what kind of award you have received, from whom you have received, like who is your awarding government bodies or organization, and year of the award. And if you have any additional information, that also you can put up. With that, even number of awards for extension activities in last 5 years, so total number is also you need to mention, and for that also we will find data template. So for this even you have to upload e-copy of your award letters. So be careful. Whatever data you are writing, you need to give the proof for that. You have to submit the evidence for that. So while you are preparing your SSR, each and every document you have to keep ready with you, so only you can click and you can upload that. Then, number of extension and outreach program conducted by your institute through might be NSS, NCC, kind of Red Cross or Youth Red Cross. So these also include some programs as I mentioned like Corona Awareness Program. So Swachh Bharat, AIDS Awareness, gender issues, such kind of programs you can mention here. And again you need to write year wise for last 5 years. And you will get the data template for this also for inserting this data. So total name and number of your extension and outreach programs you need to mention. Even name of collaborating agency under which you have done these programs, various programs, by taking the help of which like non-government or government bodies. And then reports of the event, that also you need to upload. As I mentioned, each and every record you have to upload. And then With that, you need to calculate average percentage of students. That throughout these 5 years, whatever this extension activities you have undergone, so in these various activities, what was the percentage of students participation? That also you need to mention here under different programs, different categories. And when you are doing this, they have given the formula also. Formula is quite simple basically. Per year percentage, first of all, you need to calculate. Like out of your total number of students, let's say in 2018, if I am putting this. So total number of students in the year 2018 and then total number of students participating in all these activities. So let's say out of 1000 students, 300 students have participated. So you will get the percentage 30%. And then this is for the first year, suppose 2020. Similarly, I will calculate for 19, 18, 17 and then I will take the average. So that you need to put here. And later on you will get the weightage for this. So as I said, like report also you have to mention for this. After this, collaboration. The another indicator is our collaboration and the weightage here is given 20. So from this 20, there are two categories 10 and 10, like 3.4.1 and both the categories are quantitative. There is no qualitative criteria, you don't need to describe anything. So again here, as the title, as the indicator is collaboration, you need to mention institution has several collaborations linkage like for your faculty exchange, might be student exchange, internship, field trip that you can mention. On the job training, some research activities. So that again year wise for all the 5 years you have to mention here. You have to write here. And here again data template is given. So in that data template we will show separately title of your linkage, what kind of linkage you have, what kind of collaboration you had, either with some educational institute or might be with some industry or some corporate house that you have to mention. Who was your partnering institute? Year of commencement, when you had such kind of collaboration, maybe for only 1 year, for more than 1 year, that you need to write like here duration. Nature of such linkages also. It is long term, permanent, temporary basis, and then you have to upload some e-copies of linkage related document. If you have some even detail of linkage with your institute from with your website, so that link also you can provide here. And then some MOUs. Nowadays very much common that whenever we are doing such kind of collaboration, such kind of some we can say joint programs, so we sign MOU, memorandum of understanding. So that helps you to score good, to score more. So that is like number of functional MOUs with national or international institutions, universities, industries, corporate houses during the last 5 years. So earlier you have only mentioned like your kind of some collaboration. Now you are mentioning here your MOUs which you have signed recently. The condition is it should be in functional mode. Suppose 10 years back I signed one MOU, but now it is not in functioning, not in operation, then you can't mention that. Even 3 years back you signed one MOU with some particular government kind of body, but now it is not in a kind of existence, then you can't mention that. So the condition, it should be functioning MOU. Till today it should be in existence. You should be doing some activities under that MOU. So here also 5 years data you need to provide here and data templates are given. So again in this data template you will see the organization with which MOU is signed, you need to mention the name of that, and then year of signing, duration, which activities you have undertaken under this MOU, how many students have participated under this particular collaboration MOU. All these e-copies you need to upload. So reports also you need to upload. So with that, UG affiliated colleges, they have to fill the data for extension activities as well as collaboration. Again I repeat, you are not supposed to provide any data for consultancy if you are affiliated UG college. Now same with PG colleges, affiliated PG institute. So here the weightage of extension activities is 50, for UG it was 60. And again here same kind of some we can say the criteria and format. You can see the first part is qualitative, QLM. So you have to describe what kind of extension activities you have undergone to sensitizing your students with some social issues for their holistic development, and the limit is same 500 words. So whatever I explain you, under the category, under the banner of UG affiliated, the same format we will follow now for PG. The only difference is regarding weightage. That weightage are changed for UG affiliated institute as well as PG affiliated institutes. With that, now from here, quantitative criteria you need to mention. So number of awards, recognitions received when you are doing your extension activities from various governmental bodies. So that you need to mention here. Like how many total awards you have received from various governmental bodies. And again in data template, you can show separately what kind of activity you have done under extension program, what type of awards you have won, what kind of from whom you have received those kind of awards, that you need to mention. Even year of the award. And if you have some additional information to provide, you can upload that also. So this is also about 5 years, last 5 years. So if again same criteria, in 21 you are applying, so 5 years before you are 21. So while you are uploading all this, you need to be ready with all these documents. And then number of extension and outreach program conducted by your institute through separate category of NSS, NCC, Red Cross, Youth Red Cross, and these programs could be anything as I mentioned. Nowadays Corona kind of awareness program, Swachh Bharat, any other social issues which you would like to highlight for your students. So here also year wise data you need to mention, number of participation you need to mention here, and data template is all again available where you already have ready-made format of Excel file. You just need to put your data, you need to feed the various cell. And then you have to upload reports of this event organized. So normally we have this habit of preparing report in many institutes when we conduct some programs. We write report, so that will help you here. And then average percentage, as we have seen for UG affiliated institute. Similarly, now after calculating numbers, you will calculate percentage. And you have to calculate average percentage of students with the same formula kind of that total students in that year, total students who have participated in that activity, and then we will make the summation and divide with the 5 because 5 years data we are providing. So 5 years average also you have to mention. So with that, extension activities we have covered about PG affiliated institute also. Now collaboration. So here the weightage for collaboration is same whether you belong to UG affiliated institute or PG affiliated institute. It is 20 like we have seen for UG affiliated institution. So 10 and 10. So first you will mention some kind of number of collaborative your activities for research or for faculty exchange or for kind of internship, field trip, some tour, some industrial visit, that also you can mention here. And in later on section, in this column you need to mention about your MOU, Memorandum of Understandings. And again same condition, it should be functional MOUs. So 5 years data you will feed here as per the data templates provided to us. And then again you need to mention all these minute details like organization with whom you have signed your MOU, name of those corporate houses under whom you are working, year of signing your MOU, for how many time period you have this MOU, what activities you have undergone and you are planning to undergo, that also you can mention. So this is about some kind of, we can say, the framework, how we can do that. Any question in this? Or should I go ahead with this data template? So these are some technical parts, so that's why I'm trying to explaining my best. So if you have any confusion at any stage, any level, any of the participant can raise any question. So with due permission, now I am showing you various data templates. Is it visible? Excel file?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I have taken here 4 data templates are given on website. I will show you from where you can find that. So here you can see the title like Revise Affiliated Template UG. So this is for UG affiliated institutes and they have uploaded this on 1/1/21. So very recent. So these templates I have taken recent uploaded amended templates only. So here our interested criteria which today we are discussing is extension activities. As I mentioned, for UG affiliated institute and PG only 2 criteria, 2 indicator you need to mention, you need to feed up the data. Extension activities as well as collaboration. So here you can see 3.3.2 here. and which I already told you in that framework, in that write-up file, like number of awards and recognition received. So you can see here. So this template is given, like your activity, you have to mention how many activities, name of award which you have received, awarding government from whom you have received this award, and year of award. So this is about your number of awards and recognition. Then after that, number of extension and outreach program which you have conducted for your institute under the banner of might be NSS, NCC, or some such kind of social, we can say, the extension activities. So as we have seen, it could be your Swachh Bharat Abhiyan kind of activities, it could be your Corona kind of awareness activity. So here also you have this template, you have this format, name of activity I will mention here, organizing unit or agency or collaborating agency if you have some, name of the scheme, what scheme like you have executed, year of that activity, number of students participated, and later on from this number we can calculate percentage also, because you need to fill that also, you need to fit that data also, average percentage for the last 5 years. And then next one is about our collaboration for UG affiliated institute. So under this is the format given. As I mentioned, again I repeat, collaboration could be from student exchange, for student exchange, faculty exchange, internship, field trip, on the job training, research even. For research also you can do collaboration, as I mentioned, and nowadays very much going on, trend. So title of the collaborative activity, what kind of activity you have undergone, name of the collaborating or linking agency with their contact details, you have to mention that also. Name of the participant, how many participants were there in this activity, year of collaboration, duration, as well as a link to the relevant document. See, sometimes not possible that you upload all the documents here. So they made this facility, you can just put up the link, so it will be connected to NAC website. So that is again the good side of this. Then number of functional MOUs, as we discussed in two parts, 10 and 10 weightage, remember 20 for this UG affiliated. So you need to mention name of the institution or industry or corporate house with whom we have signed, your institute has signed MOU. Year of the signing MOU, duration, list of actual activities under this each MOU, and web link. So this is the format for UG affiliated institute. Now similarly, we can see for PG affiliated. So for PG affiliated, again we have two criteria, extension activities and collaboration, no weightage for consultancy. So you can see here similarly number of award and recognition for extension activities. In the same format, activity we mentioned, award we mentioned, awarding agency you have to mention, year of award. And second part is kind of different under banner of NSS, NCC, some social organizations under whom you might have conducted some awareness programs, some social benefit programs. So that again the activity, organizing unit, name of the scheme, year of activity, number of students who have participated. And then next our collaboration. So number of collaborative activities for research, faculty exchange, same, the main knowledge, the content is same, only weightage is different, as I told, for UG affiliated and for PG affiliated. There is a difference in weightages. Otherwise the format is more or less same, you will find. Like title of collaborative activity, name of collaborating agency, even with contact detail, name of participants, like which of your researcher has this kind of collaboration, who is your faculty who has this kind of collaboration, even your kind of year of collaboration, duration, and link to your relevant document. And then MOU, functional MOU you need to mention, with whom you have signed MOU, year of signing, duration, and actual activities you have undertaken under that MOU. And then autonomous college. So for autonomous college, we will find some difference in terms of consultancy. As I mentioned, for UG and PG affiliated institute, there was no consultancy weightage. It was not given. But for autonomous colleges and for university, there are some weightages given for consultancy also, indicator. So here, when definitely you are providing some consultancy service, what NAC is expecting, that definitely you might have earned some revenue, or you should try to earn revenue, you should try to generate revenue. So that's why total amount generated from consultancy and corporate training year-wise during last 5 years. This data you have to mention here. Like how much total amount you have generated through your consultancy services of your expert faculty of your institute. So here name of the teacher consultants, name of consultancy project, under which project you have provided this consultancy, or corporate training if you have given some training to some corporate. Consulting sponsoring agency with contact details, to whom you have served, year, revenue generated and number of trainees if you have provided some training. In second part, see it is not possible that your faculty, all faculties have such kind of skill and talent. So even unit, your institute has to provide some training also, even to your faculties, your researchers. So that's a total amount spent on developing facilities. You need some facilities, infra facilities to undergo such kind of training also. So training teachers, you have to provide some training so that like your faculties could attend some workshops like today we are attending. Luckily it is free of cost for us and for all the participants. But sometimes if you want to learn something you have to pay some registration fees. So these expenditures also NEC is expecting that you have to mention here. Like names of the teacher staff, who have name of the facility which you have developed for those particular kind of consultancy programs, agency seeking training with their contact details, year, name of consultancy and total amount spent. And then after that, same kind of your extension activities for autonomous college also. Number of award and recognitions received by this autonomous colleges, we can say in that way. So again here you can see name of activity, name of award which you earned, name of recognition, awarding kind of agency name and year of award that you need to mention. Next part is extension activities or some outreach programs under the banner of this NSS, NCC, Red Cross, YRC, and again you can see same kind of perform a little bit like activities name, organizing agency, collaborating agency's name, name of the scheme, under which scheme you have undergone this kind of extension activity, year of activity, how many students have participated. So later on you need to count even average also as I told you. And last our indicator, collaboration. So for collaboration we have two kind of data to fit. First you need to mention total number of collaborative activities per year, either for research or faculty exchange or for student exchange or internship or on the job training or project work. So you can see the columns various like title of collaborative activity, then with whom you have that collaboration agency name, participants, how many participants were involved in that collaboration, year of collaboration, duration, time period, nature of the activity and link of your document, report for this collaborative activities. And finally your MOU, like organization with which MOU is signed, name of these organizations, year of signing, duration and your again we can say the link of your activities or your report of your activities. So this was for autonomous college. And finally last category included by NAC is university. So they have different provision for university, this accreditation, and for university also consultancy is kind of qualified criteria. So same here also there are two category we can see, revenue generated from consultancy during the last 5 years, revenue generated from corporate training during the last 5 years. University needs to mention it separately. They have to show it separately. That if you have provided consultancy service, consultancy for particular some industries, then you need to mention here. If it was with some kind of corporate houses or you have provided some training to some corporate, then you need to mention here separately. So you can see here again here, nature of research, nature of teacher consultant, name of consultancy project, your sponsoring agency with retail, their year, revenue generated and similar for your training programs, corporate trainings. And next is over here, extension activities. So again for university, you need to write total number of awards or recognition received for some extension activities, either from different government recognized body, and again this you need to mention year wise. So you can see here, name of activity under the banner, under the indicator of extension activities, award, received by university, name of awarding agency, and year of award. And then even your this outreach programs, various outreach programs undertaken by university. Might be some social awareness programs as we have already seen. And then again name of activity, you have to mention organizing unit, name of scheme, year of activity, number of students participated, and lastly by using formula you have to calculate average percentage of the students participation. And the last part, our collaboration. So again collaborative activities, number of collaborative activities you need to mention here with title, with name of collaborating agency, participants name, year of collaboration, and lastly MOU. Functional MOU signed with different agencies. So here I end up my talk. Thank you very much. And if you have any question, then you can ask me now.
Good evening, ma'am.
Very good evening, ma'am.
Just I have one question, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Just you have stated, just we used to receive an award from the extension activities, right, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you go to any exam? Because we people are doing some extension activities, but we could not receive any awards like that, but we are getting some appreciation certificate like that. Shall we quote that appreciation letter as an award in this data, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely you can show that because that is a kind of recognition. So they mention both the word awards as well as recognition. So you can show that.
Okay. And
Excuse me, speaker. Ma'am,
Yes,
may I
yes.
raise the question?
Yes, ma'am. Surely.
Ma'am, in that NAC curriculum itself, they mentioned that the appreciations or awards received from the local people will not be permitted.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Because
But
see,
we
we
are
have
doing our NSS or NCC work only to the local community.
no, but ma'am,
it is-
then the providing institute, this certificate which you are receiving, should be from proper authority. That you need to take care. Activities banner is fine. You are right. You are doing great activities for local people only because the beneficiaries are society only.
Yeah, ma'am.
But yes, so you need to be careful. Yes.
Okay. Then we can show
Yes,
this
yes, exactly.
certificate what we received from the local people.
Yes, ma'am.
But in case of DVV, they won't allow us. They
In case of-
neglect all such things.
No, but ma'am, then you can justify. So they have given some scope also. If you have some proper proof and evidence, then you can mention that, you can correct that. And that's why they are having peer team also to visit. So at that time, you can at least highlight those parts which you might neglected during your data uploading.
Okay.
So firstly, be very careful when you are doing this SSR and SSS. You are filling these things. And IIQA, but obvious, first step. See, I didn't mention the whole steps actually, procedure for this NAC, because my focus was about this consultancy, extension activities and collaboration. So that's why I haven't highlighted the detailed procedure for undergoing for NAC. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Very good evening, Dr. Vyas.
Good evening,
As
sir.
I was in the meeting in the university, so I couldn't join from the first, but really very lively session. And definitely you have extended your whole support regarding fulfillment of the NAC criteria regarding filing of SSR and AQAR also. And
I think, sir, you are not audible. Or I am not able to listen. Anybody can just
Dear
reply.
participants, is there any questions, please? Participants?
sir, just I have one more question, sir, please.
Yeah,
very
please.
sorry I was disconnected. But one thing I just, am I audible?
Yes, sir, now you are audible, sir. Earlier you were not audible.
Yes,
Sir.
I was disconnected, very sorry. But
Yes,
one thing I must mention that all the supportive photographs should be geotagged photo, and all the PDF, all the supporting documents should be in PDF, and all the metrics should be all column filled up. No column should be.
Totally agree with Dhar sir. What he is trying to say, even size also matters, less than 1 MB. So all these documents you have to prepare in PDF file, and size you should be very cautious when you are uploading. They have clear cut mentioned this. Okay, so even the side, would you like to see, or you can find that data template? Should I show? If you want, or if you are able to see, then okay, it's fine, whatever you say. Okay, let's just have a quick glimpse, I think. Just once. It takes hardly few seconds, not much of the time. So I'm showing you. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you go to this NAC website, I hope it is visible. Just a second, just wait, it is uploading. And that is wonderfully they have done. See here on this website nec.gov.in, you have to click on apply online. And they are even updating time to time. They are making all the amendments and uploading recent, latest kind of documents only. So you can see here apply online. See, old manuals are also given. This old data is also mentioned here. And you can see even NEC process video tutorial. So I strongly recommend to all the institutes and especially the faculties who are attending this, first please watch this tutorial. So you will get much of the idea. And here you can find this revised data templates. So once you click on this revised data template, then you will find separate templates which I mentioned you, I have shown you for all the Excel files. See this. I wanted to highlight this. So they have put up this revised data template for affiliated UG institute, affiliated PG institute, autonomous institute, as well as for university. So from here you can find, you can click and you can just download, and then you need to just feed the data. And even they mention various manuals also. You can see here, if you just scroll down, so very updated. SSR report guidelines are also given. Revised manual for general instruction, like for universities they have mentioned PDF Word file. Even for kind of autonomous colleges they mentioned this, they have uploaded this for our kind of simplicity understanding. And for affiliated UG colleges, institute and PG institutes. And even how to like put up your revised extended profile. They have given templates for that also. Because the first step is that only actually. As my topic is not about process, so that's why I didn't mention all these things. So once you see that video, you will get idea about that. You need to provide your basic profile as well as extended profile. So templates are given by NEC. And they are different for different categories. For affiliated institute as well as for autonomous, different for autonomous and different for universities. So these things you need to follow, refer later on. Thank you. Any more questions?
Ma'am, if you never mind, may I ask some questions with regard to some other criteria, ma'am?
Yeah, surely ma'am. I'll try my best.
Ma'am, actually, in the criteria used to come across, so how many new courses you have implemented during the last 5 years, right, ma'am?
Ma'am, can you repeat? Yes, last 5 years you have?
How many new courses you have implemented in your college during the last 5 years?
So you're asking about my institute, ma'am?
No, ma'am. Actually, it's one short of questions asked in NAC.
Okay. It was, yeah, the question asked under different criteria. You are saying that.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Huh?
But when we are preparing the data for the past 5 years, is we used to give only an adequate number of, that is, some new courses we can give. But while we are giving in our college, just what will happen means it will shows very small amount of data. But when I looked at some other colleges AQR report, they used to give a lot of subjects. But for the past 5 years, as far as my concern, it is not possible. Here my question is, for every 3 years in autonomous colleges, we used to have the board of studies by passing the syllabus. So at that time, the syllabus for all subjects, we can have some insertion, some updation, some deletion of some concepts like that. Shall we take that all subject as a new subject and we can add that one as a new courses we have introduced for the past 5 years like that, ma'am?
Yeah, definitely, ma'am. You have to show that because as you are saying, every 3 years you are changing the structure of your program. So you need to mention that. And if the data like uploading is the problem, space is the problem, so they have clear cut mentioned that you need to mention only link. So through link you can update that. So in you create your link particular file first of all. You mention each thing in detail because they are expecting that only. They are saying that no need to hide anything. Show everything so that thereby we can validate your data which you have uploaded. So if as you are saying that your other colleague or other institute they have prepared in detail, so I advise you also, your institute also, to prepare in detail report and wherever you find confusion just go through this manual. That is humble request because in manual they have mentioned each partner, what things do's and don'ts, everything is mentioned there and guidelines also given. So that you find much of the clarity actually, in-depth clarity. So rather than following some other institute, that is my personal request and advice, you better refer those manuals only. So there you can find the proper solution of this problem.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
You are on mute, sir. You are on mute. Can you unmute yourself?
Dear participants, is there any questions? Participants, if you have any questions, so please ask. One of the participants were raised questions in chat box. Ma'am, I have one query, that is there any minimum or maximum activities have to conduct by the institution each year? Asked by Dr. K. Palanichami.
Okay. Sir, there is no minimum or maximum number is given. It is up to your institute. But of course that at least it should be in some average way. If you are able to cope up, manage with your academic activities and such kind of extension activities, so it is always welcome, sir. You can do as many as possible. So number is not the constraint. It is up to your institute.
Dear participants, is there any other questions, please? So not only questions, even you can give your feedback or your suggestions. Even you can give some supporting points for the benefit of the students, not only to the students, even for the resource person as well as the organizing committee. So because this is the knowledge sharing platform, if you have any good information relating to extension, collaboration and this kind of activities, consultancy activities, you can share in this platform, which will be very useful to all the participants.
Radhika madam, what is the role of this MOUs actually? Is MOUs compulsory for this NAC?
Sir, it is not compulsory, but it serves the purpose of evidence, sir. So it will help us actually for getting a good this accreditation, good grade.
Accreditation.
Because if I can't justify, I can't prove that, then it is meaningless. I might have suppose done 10 kind of this collaborations or activities, but I don't have any proof record. So how can I convince them? So
No,
MOU is the way. Yes, sir.
MOU suppose we have an MBA program with us, we have a PhD program, we have a Commerce MCOM program. Once we do a MOU, we need to, our students have to be get internship in those organizations, or just it's a industry academic internship.
Yeah, yes sir. Yeah. Yeah.
Is it audible?
Yes,
Am I
yes,
audible
please.
for you?
Yeah, please, Tamilarsu, please rise.
Okay. Good evening to all of you. I am Dr. Tamilarsu from Mambo University, Ethiopia. I am so glad for hearing the information from this forum. And Madam Dr. Radha, you have a great appreciation for you. You have clearly explained what is called collaboration and also consultancy with the memorandum of understanding. So we learned a lot from you in this forum, but I have a small clarification and question from you. Can I ask you, madam?
Surely, sir, why not?
Okay,
See,
thank
right
you
now,
very much.
Param
Thank
sir
you very
said, sir,
much.
we all are here learners. We can share anything. We can ask
Okay.
anything, sir. It's a good
Thank you
platform.
very
I
much for
appreciate
this
that.
opportunity.
Yes, sir.
Madam, actually, many people are having memorandum of understanding, but they are not able to successful in their mission and vision. Due to that, some people are going for wind up as soon as possible. How can we overcome winding up of memorandum of understanding? This is one question. The second question is, and many of Indian university would like to have a memorandum of understanding with a foreign country, it's a foreign university. Even many of our Tamil Nadu universities are asking me to have a collaboration with our university. Is there any specific criteria to have a MOU with the foreign university, madam? This is two questions.
Okay. Sir, first of all, I would like to give answer of your first question. So whenever we are signing any MOU, what I personally feel, what I experience, it should be in matching with our values, like with which institute or agency you are signing this MOU. So better keep in mind your institute's objectives, goals, vision, mission. So then it can be long journey. No need to, have a breach of this MOUs. So that is the first thing. Like in the welfare of your students, your environment, your ecosystem, institutions, ecosystem. So if I target those agencies only, then I think there was no any question. There will be not any question about this winding up of this MOU or like breaching of this MOU. Second answer of the second question, there is no criteria for any foreign university MOU, no separate kind of requirement or nothing like separately you are supposed to do. It is just as same as you are signing with your Indian kind of agencies. So it doesn't matter, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
Tamilars sir. Tamilars sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You have rightly asked a wonderful question, which is highly legal aspect. But anyhow, as a association president, we signed more than 30 MOUs with various educational institutions. We have signed. Every month we have signed some MOU with some academic institutions in the name of the Indian Academic Researcher Association and some other institutions. The thing is, what we are going to mention in that memorandum of understanding is the matter. Okay, so suppose we are going to share the knowledge or we are going to utilize the platform of the institution as well as the association, or we are going to exchange the faculties, or we are going to organize some programs, outreach programs or extension activities. So whatever you want to conduct or whatever you want to mention, that should be incorporated in the memorandum of understanding with a prescribed manner. It may be, the time duration may be 1 year or 2 years, or even sometimes some institution has signed MOU for 5 years also. So depends upon that we can sign. Before that, for example, before the maturity of the memorandum of understanding, we can preach the memorandum of understanding by any party at any time. That point also should be included in the memorandum of understanding. So memorandum of understanding is nothing but it is an agreement as per the Contract Act. So both parties are agreed to do some academic activities during a particular period. If both parties are accept, we can sign. Otherwise, simply we can preach the contract or we can close the agreement. So that is the condition. And another thing is, there is no restriction of the MOU with the institution, whether it is a national institution or international institution or academic institutions or universities or industries like that. So you can sign MOU with any institutions, irrespective of recognized or unrecognized or governmental or non-governmental. For example, Indian Academic Researcher Association is a trust. So this trust has signed many MOU with many academic institutions. So the purpose is they have to sign MOU. With the help of this MOU, they have to conduct some program which will be benefit to the students or the faculty member. That is the expectation of the NAC. So I think it will be the answer to the Patidin Ahmad sir also. You can also sign, Professor Ahmad sir, you can also sign MOU on behalf of your department with the Indian Accounting Association or Indian Academic Researcher Association. Many of the department itself signed MOU with the IRA and the Accounting Association.
Without becoming member of IMA, IRA or some
yes, sir.
I asked my dean to get membership first because it's a yearly or a lifetime membership rather than the Central University. What is wrong? You should take membership all three top organizations. Common Association, then you have a Management Association, then like other bodies like you and ISTD, because this association will really strengthen the academic standards.
Yes,
because as Madam rightly said, for namesake, if you make a MOUs or sophomore use. So, like, as you rightly mentioned, that having some programs at least once in a year, some sort of a program which can be beneficial for both the people, in the sense that without having any monetary implications on both the parties, it is a voluntary we can take up for the benefit of the society. That's a good idea, sir. I'll put before again in the rapid form.
Yeah, even that participants, you can also consider IARA for your MOU.
Sure.
We have signed, we have conducted many programs in association with Bharathidasan University, Alagappa University, Manonmaniyam Sundarnar University in Tamil Nadu, and also we associate with many universities and colleges in West Bengal. The Pranamdar has taken lot of initiatives with many academic institutions in West Bengal, so that it is not a matter. But anyhow, MOU is very, very important for NAC accreditation. So we can get maximum score from this kind of MOU. Only thing is we need to complete certain formalities and documentation. The MOU should be in a bond paper. That is very important things. Simply you should not sign MOU in letterhead or any other things. It should be in a bond paper and signed by both parties. That MOU first page should be uploaded in the website or in the consent link. Then only that will be considered as a real MOU for the NAC verification and validation.
Okay, a small clarification. Yes, small clarification, sir. Very small.
Yeah, please.
Madam, the clarification for you, madam. Dr. Radha, madam.
Yes, sir. I'm listening, sir.
Now we are having an MOU. We are doing our level base each and every year. And our MOU is having value only for 5 years. After 5 years, is there any possibility to go for renewal, madam? If so, what is the procedure, madam?
Yes, sir, it is definitely. Sir, it is definitely there. Even I just wanted to add this one point, whatever Param Sivan sir has told, that best way of going for the long journey is have a 1 year MOU, yearly MOU, so you can renew or you can change your association if you are not satisfied or something went wrong, whatever. So make it yearly basis. It is fine, absolutely fine.
Yeah, MOU
between, yes sir, that's only one.
Last month we
three parties. MOU between only 2 parties or 3 parties, madam? Can you go 3 parties MOU?
Yeah, you can do, sir. It can be, it is possible, sir.
Thank you, madam.
So why should it should be between the institution and institution, madam? Why should we go for 3 parties? Why third party be involved again?
So again, it depends. That's why I said.
Right question. It should be only 2%. Of course, that person is allowed, but it should be 2%. It will be better for 2 parties. Otherwise, there will be a controversy or there will be a confusion with the other party. So that better to sign with the 2 parties. Tamilarsu sir, we recently renew our MOU with the Vivekananda College in Tiruchengodu. You know that. So that renewal of MOU is possible. After complete the expiry of the MOU, we can renew or we can discontinue. So that is the willingness of the both parties.
Okay,
Is there any financial implications?
This opportunity, sir.
Yeah,
thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. It is excellent, wonderful, amazing.
Yeah, on behalf of Ampo University, Tamilarasan can sign MOU with Indian Academic Researcher Association. We are always welcome.
I'm so pleasure, sir. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you, sir. Thank you.
Tamil sir, can you just share your university name? What is the name of university, sir?
Ambo University, AMBO, Ambo University,
Ambo.
Ethiopia. Yes, sir.
Is it in Addis Ababa or somewhere else?
Near Addis Ababa, 126 kilometers, sir.
Okay, okay. That's it.
Yeah.
You have a good number of students. Many Indians are working in Ethiopia. They made the second home. Ethiopia is second home.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Okay. Participant, is there any other questions?
Madam, you are representing which university, madam?
Sir, VNSGU, Gujarat. In Gujarat, it is in Surat. Surat city.
VYAS
South. Yes, sir. Narmat South Gujarat University. I'm affiliated with it, sir.
It's a state university.
Yes, sir. I'm working, sir, in actually SFI. Basically, it is affiliated UG college.
Okay, fine. So you are the Saurashtra University Professor Chakravarti sir, you know, Professor VC of Guru Ghazidas University. Today morning I spoke to him. I delivered HRDC. They are going with the fresher course. I delivered 2 lectures from 10 to 1:30 on the 2 topics. So I happen to.
That's great, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you. So due to time constraints, I'm very happy to be here to invite any one participant to offer vote of thanks to the today resource person. Because
Let me take this opportunity.
yeah, you can take it. Yeah,
You gave person for international university. Great.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks for providing me this opportunity to give vote of thanks for this forum. It is my duty to express my heartfelt thanks for Professor Paramasivan, who is from Tamil Nadu. He is organizing many research-oriented programs for sharing of knowledge all over the world. So a great thanks goes to IARA Association along with Professor Paramasivan for organizing this wonderful international international forum. Next to him, I am so glad, I am so happy to express my heartful bunch of thanks to Dr. RADHA VYAS madam. Even I am a layman, I am not having that much experience in this field. It is new for me. Just before a second, Professor Paramasivan, he sent me a link. Immediately I joined this program. But I learned a lot how to have a consultancy service, how to have a collaboration, how to have a memorandum of understanding with undergraduate association, undergraduate college, postgraduate college, affiliated college, autonomous college, self-finance college, as well as the university level. So your bunch of knowledge share the knowledge for all the participants. So in this way, a great thanks for you, madam. Apart from that, even though the root is very strong, the branches should be very green. And the participants from various colleges, various universities, even from various corners of the world, they have joined in this program for sharing of their knowledge and for sharing their knowledge from our resource person. So in this way, my gratitude goes for the participants all over the world. At the last, the organizer and the program coordinator, the leading professors, for all of you, once again, a great thanks for this opportunity. Thanks to all of you. If I missed anyone, please don't worry. A great thanks from the God. Thank you very much for this opportunity. God bless.
Thank you, Dr. Tamil sir.
Yeah, thank you,
so much.
Professor, for your valuable vote of thanks to all. Really, we are also very happy. You are also one of the participant, or active participant, and to become a organizing committee member at the end. Thank you all, very particularly to today resource person, Madam RADHA VYAS. Yes, he has given a very nice presentation.
Yes.
Within the framework. That is he is a teacher within the syllabus. He has taken the lecture within the syllabus. So in that way, we must appreciate and congratulate and encourage. Actually, she was in one of the programs, she was acted as a participant. Based on her performance and efficiency, we invited as a resource person in various occasions. So now she is one of our regular resource person in our all programs. So thank you, Radha Vyas madam, for your effort and sharing informations in a practical way. You have given all kind of practical way how to upload all details in the NAC criteria and everything. So I hope this will be very useful to the participants. So with this, the permission of our Professor Patidin Ahmad and other learned professors, I end this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Wish you all the best, Madam Radha Madam. It was excellent explanation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank
Paramasivan sir, give me opportunity anytime. Always welcome, sir. Ready to serve.
Thank you.
IARA.
Definitely, we
With the
need your
bottom of
service,
heart,
madam.
sir. And
Thank
my
you,
pleasure
Professor, sir.
to be part here. Yes, sir. Thank you. Wonderful
Thank you.
participants.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Participants, your feedback link is shared in the chat box. You have to submit your feedback form.
Professor Ahmed,
Sir.
are you from Jamal Muhammad College, sir?
No. I am from Hyderabad. I studied at Kakatiya University, Warangal, in Telangana state. But I visited Jamal Muhammad College for different purposes in the years 17, 18, 19, and last 20 January last time. And
So you're
regular visitor of Tamil Nadu. And because of my good friend, President IARA, Paramasivan, he invited me quite a number of times. Thank you for his invitations. So
Thank
we
you,
will
sir.
be in
Thank
touch
you.
with Paramasivan, sir. Can you just share your email ID? I'll let you down, sir. Just say in the chat box. I'll be in touch with you.
my mobile number is available in the chat box, sir. I have given, but I'll give my mail ID also, no problem.
The mail is always safe so that I can
Even
get in touch with you.
Dr. Paramasivan, he knows very well about my history from A to